to my Andrea Pirlo's glory to success, and just going through the history here. Oh, that's actually the... So, after getting sacked, after Pirlo got sacked from Milan, where they were sixth, like after 5 league matches. Yeah, it was a sad time. But yeah, Andrea Pirlo signed for Sevilla, which is surprising. He never played in Spain, but yeah. So I was just here half a season because, I'm going to say just Andrea Pirlo. I'm just going to have the role as Andrea Pirlo. So yeah, Andrea Pirlo was just here a half season because Sevilla had underperformed. So we signed some players. Luis Alberto, that is a Sevilla project from Lazio, just for 5 million. So he got some last season there in Sevilla. Koulibaly, that did not cost that much. He's pretty old. He's retired now. He was more of a backup, so a little bit too much probably. Jakob Kjær, he's been at smaller clubs now, but it was really good there. He's outperformed or whatever. Dean Williams, I loaned him in from Inter. Pirlo loaned him in for Inter. Carles from Norwich, and then Gerard Fernandez there. So yeah, I believe we sold some players as well, but we were here so short time, so that season was, yes, I can't even, was somewhere here around, I believe, we did take over, and they were mid-table, I believe, then, but I'm pretty, Pirlo is pretty happy for the, I believe we were down here, and we managed to take them to 4th spot. Andrea Pirlo got the offer he could not refuse in Dortmund. So we went there, and yeah, during the time in Dortmund, we as well become Italian international manager. Unfortunately, we did not have that much success. We went to the World Cup 2030. But we got knocked out by Spain in the 3rd round, before the quarterfinals. So, yeah, but let's just go through here what Andrea Pirlo did in Dortmund. They had not been great here before he did get in. Okay, we might just show the graph. Yeah, they finished 5th, and they were on a little bit of decline. But Andrea Pirlo did stabilize them as the top 2 team, top 3, I believe, last season there. So I believe it was 4 seasons. Yeah, as you can see now, it's probably just youth players. So this was a flop, unfortunately, did not score that many goals. Weiser was really good. He played a lot of seasons and scored a lot of assists. So he was vital as the left winger there. I might talk a little bit about the players, but not too much, especially in Dortmund, because this was a lovely time actually, and probably my favorite team to play, because Milan it's mostly has been struggle, and when it is your favorite club, and Andrea Pirlo probably has them as favorite as well, is a little bit stressful. David Beinhofer, he was 28 or something, but it was good to get the experienced lad in. Danny Koning, we had him in Dortmund for very long. And Koning in German means king, so he was the king in goal. Platic was pretty good as well. He was like a backup left winger there. He had Weiser before him, so it wasn't easy. Did sign this player that's still here, Jefferson Platt. A really good signing. Unfortunately, yeah, a little bit in and out. He's sometimes more being a backup, but he has really good passing and technique. Yeah, he's achieved everything. I understand him, 29 years old. Fortunately, it's too expensive to me for to sign him now. Pires as well was a pretty good player as well. Unfortunately, he declined there a little bit third season. I think he did just have 3 stars that last season. Jakobski took him in 2 times actually here. It was mainly just because he was a pretty talented player at Sevilla, and I thought, well, let's bring him in and see what he could do. He never really developed. He was a good backup, but nothing more, let's just say that. Max was outstanding the second season, but fortunately, did not score that many goals, so we had to sell him to Benfica, I believe. He was a good second season, unfortunately. Second season wonder, I guess. Kulusevski we had from the beginning, but he wanted to leave right away. Vagoman wanted to leave as well, so we sold a lot of players. Saka we sold. He was really good, but I just thought he's going to get older, not that much better. I did it in the opposite order now, I realize, but oh well. So we signed second season here. We signed Bella Kutchup. That's pretty. He has a pretty interesting, pretty good career there. I don't know why we go back to that first screen. That's Roch. That's actually playing for Inter now. I signed from Manchester City. He had not gotten a chance there, but he was an outstanding player. Unfortunately, I don't know why if he wanted to leave or what it was, why we sold him. But it seems like I could not get everything out of him. And I believe he had some injuries as well, but he cost like nothing. Mosakin we signed as well. He was in the goal scoring charts at Hoffenheim. Unfortunately, it was a major flop here, sadly. Pires we signed as well. John, they were decent but not outstanding. Casanova had great stats, but unfortunately his heading was pretty bad. But he was good defensive right back there. Plattenberg, no, why did they sell him? That seems bonkers. Because, okay, he did never do really outstanding. He was more of a backup, but I still think that he was decent. He was a talent and still developed to decent players. So, unfortunately, they did sell him there. I love this player. He was a really good box to box, but unfortunately, he wanted to leave at Milan, which was surprising because he was almost about to get in there. And then you will see it was a lot of loaned in here. He had a little bit of difficulty to actually get the game time, but I saw him and I was like, oh, he's available, so I can loan him in. But yeah, unfortunately, he did not make it really. So a little bit of a sad. He was really talented when I signed him, but unfortunately, he's been a lot of loaned out and maybe wasted his potential a little bit. We sold some players here. Vladic, some regions that wasn't good enough. I'm going to try to speed through a little bit here. We signed this player for 77 million. I believe he wasn't really worth it, but I wanted to sign him because he was on project. He still is more of a backup player, but he was kind of versatile, could play everywhere in the defense. So, and Fast Spider there was thinking of signing this season to Milan, but unfortunately did just have 3-star, but he was pretty useful. Ariejo, I had both in Sevilla. Outstanding world-class player. Unfortunately, he was sold to Barcelona. I can't remember if I did it or they did it. Pires, as you can see, of the sums, we had a lot of money at Dortmund, luckily, which is kind of bonkers. We had like, sometimes we could spend, like this season, we could spend like 30 million. This player, outstanding. Scored the first season for me. Scored 31 goals at 32 matches, and then he scored 8. He was from Hanover, luckily, so we could get him for not super much. World-class player, definitely. If I could sign him, I would sign them to Milan, but sadly not. But we have another German that's pretty good as well, which you would see eventually. Hornberger, I wasted 60 million basically. Look at his stats, he looks really good, but I could never get it out of him. He was supposed to be really superb, but I never, sometimes it is really like that. Jesus Hernandez, I signed him as well. I believe he's, Mexican. We did not a lot of flops here, actually. Ulbrecht, I had offered to go to Arsenal as well. This seems now, because he went out and actually declared that he was gay, so it was I thought it was pretty cool. I did not sell him because he was gay, because clearly it was outstanding, but then I got 70 million. I thought, well, it was not that he was bad, but it was like 70 million. I don't know how he had played some seasons, so he wasn't, maybe he was 24, 25, and I thought, well, that's still pretty good. And I believe he was like one of those players that want a lot of money. Locatelli we signed here in the end of his career. Some other players that wasn't great. Pfizer, he was a big waste of money. And then we sold some players there. Yeah, that was the last season we finished. So second, third, second. So pretty, you will see. You will see in the table then. So Milenkovic, we signed. Galapini, that's still here. I would sign him. He's like the best Italian central defender. I find him at Roma youth, and he just cost 50 million. I thought it was not too bad still for him being like outstanding and world class almost. We got Bayer in here for Hornberger. That wasn't great. I really tried to strengthen last season to just go for the title. Team Dach as well, really good center midfielder is still here. As you can see, some of the players that signed is still here, so that's the reason why they are so good. David Jackson, outstanding as well. He might actually be better than than Brat in my Milan team here. Cost 60 million from Leeds, but it was worth it then as well. Cosimo Mina I signed as well, so I just went all out for it to try to win the title, but it didn't even matter how much money I spent. So 26 2031. These two are like half a season, so I think we will be able to go through them pretty fast actually. So let's see here, what was it, 20 was here I believe. So we went to the German Cup semi-final there and quarter-final in the Europa League, unfortunately. Bayern Leverkusen ruined everything. Second season we went again to the semi-final in the German Cup, but this time Leipzig was too strong. Yeah, I kind of should have done better here. But Lille actually, surprisingly, they've been pretty good for I believe it was last season or the season before that, they actually went to the final in the Champions League. But yeah, here we should have won. Definitely, we were favorite, but I kind of rotated here. I really wanted to win the league, and we were close. You will see on the points. It's even more ridiculous than Milan actually. We lost here against Liverpool, actually doing 2 pretty good matches against them. Unfortunately went out pretty early there in the German Cup, and here we did go to the first knockout round. Unfortunately lost against Inter. I believe they won the Champions League not too far away, or if it was last season. Unfortunately lost 5-1, a pretty awful game there against Mönchengladbach. Here, yeah, a little bit. You were a little bit underdog when you come from this like German leagues or whatever. Even if we spend a lot, maybe I should have done. Maybe Pirlo should have done better. But two pretty close matches there against Manchester United, but we lost, and then lost in the quarterfinal. So let's see here, from 2027 we finished second, 4 points away from Bayern München. Well, that wasn't surprising. Bayern München dominated, but here you will see they have a decline, so 3 points away from the title again. I believe we lost the match against Hoffenheim, and that was basically the deciding thing. Scored more goals, conceded more, but yeah, Hoffenheim had a really, they were lucky, let's say that. Again, 3 points. Fortunately, I thought we would this season take more points, but everyone just basically took less points. So it was a pretty bad season league-wise. But we finished again second, 3 points away. So we see, I guess this season wasn't that close. It was 6 points, but still, it's not like we are that far away. 4 points this last season in Dortmund. And then they won the league, of course, when I had left them. So yeah, I have not taken any other league. I took over Sevilla here. They did not do that great. Let's just not talk about that much, because I underperform. I tried to do basically the same thing again, but I got sacked after. I believe it was not even a season. Got sacked after like the half season. We were 10th, so yeah, so not great. So I had to a little bit step down. I got offered the job at Napoli, 32. Yeah, they had really underperformed, and unfortunately we couldn't sign any players because, as you see there, end of February I went in there. Okay, I think we are next season just going to go through just Milan from this or from 32 and go on, because then and probably go through the team and such. So they had a really bad season. I'm confused now which season it was. 32. Okay, yeah. The season after they also had a really bad season. But as you can see here, and it looked really dark that we were about to go down. But then we had a great run in here. Elia Di Meo, and that is a youth player from them. It's been outstanding. I believe he's won the goal scoring league in Italy last season. We won against the top team here. We were the bottom, I believe, after that match. So we won against the top team. They were top of the table. We won against Zebra away. I signed just a Garrett Klush, that's been a really outstanding star player in Barcelona. That was at the end of his career. He scored the winning goals for us there. Won against Bologna 3-0, and then we did get a draw. And I was thinking of actually staying in Napoli. They had some youth players. I didn't want to leave them either, really. Hanging, but as you can see there, 37 points. They had a really bad season, the season after there. But last season they were outstanding. I don't know. I think it's just that their players has just developed good enough. So, but then Pirlo got some offers, and I was like, well, or Pirlo was like, well, I'm probably going to stay here to try to get my repetition back. Surprisingly, I got, Pirlo's repetition was not that bad. I guess it's because he's still, I believe there were 4-star, but still. So, got the role at Milan, and we will go from there in the next episode. So, I'm sorry it's been a lot of mumble, but we will get to the matches, but I just want to go through everything here and just letting you know how it's gone. So, yeah.